Just got to go for it. This is the kill now.
It's more like a semi-final. Starting में क्या बोल रहा था मन नहीं कर रहा.
Everyone knew each other's situation and everything, so it became very interesting.
Oops. Oops is the right word.
Definitely would have wished to make it to the finale, but it really wasn't to be.
Oh! Come on the flop.
Chance hai, bhai, chance hai.
Welcome back to the circuit. We are now 3 heads-up matches away from our finale. Those matches are as follows. Zarvan Tamboli takes on Jagdeep Singh. That's a battle for second place as far as Jagdeep is concerned. As is Ashish versus Rubin. Rubin has no skin in that game. Ashish is gunning for the extra 50 big blinds. And the match between Vinod and Laksh proves to be all important. That decides who will be the last final tableist here at the circuit. Which brings us then to our leaderboard. Zarvan Tamboli untouchable on top with 255 points. Abhishek Goendy is the man with a target on his back as Jagdeep and Ashish vie for that spot. Azhar will be hoping his blunder doesn't come back to bite him. He wants Laksh Pal to win so that the points between him and Vinod don't change, and he goes through on a technicality since he shipped event 1. First up, Zarvan versus Jagdeep, and these two are awesome heads-up live players. Lots to learn in this one, pay attention.
The game plan would be keep it simple, not to let it get into my head.
My style is to play aggressive. My style is to put people in their out of their comfort zone, and I try to take advantage of that.
Jagdeep's mindset would be to take advantage of my mindset because he knows I don't care.
Zarvan's got to be making a mistake if he beats Jagdeep heads up. All he might think he's the beast by beating Jagdeep. But when he beats Jagdeep, I come in second, which means I have the second most chips on the final table, and then I'm going to be able to beat him a lot easier.
I really want to win this, and I've been playing well since the last 3-4 days. I'm in the zone. I don't want to mess it up.
These two mavericks of the game, Zarvan and Jagdeep, both sit on top of the leaderboard with massive points and a mindset aimed towards total domination of the final table. Jagdeep, fresh off his commanding win in the previous shootout, has showcased his mastery of the game, while Zarvan, who shipped the first shootout, has been unstoppable from the start. The question now is who will continue the streak. This promises to be a clash of the titans. It's time for Heads Up.
Here we go. It's time for Heads Up action. Mano a mano, no place to hide. My favorite format of poker. My name is Vidur Singhal. Joined in the booth by Adi Wadhwani as we see these two titans coming fresh off their own victories in Heads Up from the shootout matches.
मैं तो बोल रहा था 4th level से खेलते हैं. Let's play from 4th level.
4th level? How do we? Which level? Oh, 4th level is what?
Fast forward कर देते हैं.
तो थोड़ा 3-bet कर लेते हैं ना, बात तो वही होगी भाई. थोड़ा एक्शन हुआ, 3-bet करते थोड़ा. 4th level बना लेते हैं ना अपना.
नहीं.
क्या है उसमें?
Nice try.
Zarvan makes an offer but rejects the counter offer.
चल तू बोलता है तो 6.
ये बात.
Only for you.
पता है देख.
अभी फोल्ड मत करना.
ये देख यार, अभी क्या?
अबे तू गुड़ी है, तू हेड है. क्या है यार? अभी बोला तू और फिर.
ठीक है, अच्छी बात है.
छोड़ यार, मैं नहीं खेल रहा है. ऐसे चीटिंग होगी गेम में, मैं नहीं खेलूंगा.
Looks like this is going to be the banter-heavy heads-up table. Cannot wait. Zarvan, the king of table talk, and Jagdeep seems to have found the gear as well.
क्या भाई चिप लीड कर रहा है तू?
कितना है तेरे पास?
1000 पूरे.
After all, if you've played high-stakes cash games all over the world, chances are you've learned a thing or two about table talk. Addy, what I'm looking forward to the most is how invested is Zarvan in this match. He's a lock for the first place chips. Does he want to beat Jagdeep?
Of course he does. He's a competitor. He lives for the blood, my friend. And it's always good to have a unicorn trophy head on your mantelpiece.
Jagdeep seems invested as ever. Those second place chips can be wielded very well by the likes of him. After all, he's a deep stack ninja, so starting off the final table with 300 big blinds will certainly give him some edge. And speaking of edge, how about that flop? A queen and a jack. This could be trouble for Zarvan. In comes the continuation bet. Dream scenario, you open queen 6 off, as you do in heads up, and then you flop top pair versus your opponent's middle pair.
You know, Vidor, finding an edge here is going to be so difficult because both of these guys, they give nothing away, even though they're facing each other. Everything they say and they do is deliberate, and you can best be sure that it's going to be about leveling at some point.
And let's not forget about momentum. Usually one player has more than the other, but both of them, having won their shootouts, should be feeling pretty confident in their heads-up games.
Well, Zarvan has the series momentum. Jagdeep has life momentum. Again, can't really pick a winner here.
Well, for now, I know who I choose. Jagdeep bets 3,200, and because this is heads up, I don't see a world where Zarvan can let this go, at least yet. 2 flush draws on the board. He has one of each card. Could prove relevant depending on what happens on the river, but for now, comes along. And the 4 means the check mark for Jagdeep. And by the way, the 4 also should allow Jagdeep to go for an easy value bet. This could be a decent dent to Zarvan's stack early on in this match.
And look at the change from hand 1 where they're all chatty, and now it's just dead silence. Jagdeep weighing up his options. Zarvan frozen in time. Amazing.
Zarvan does check, just praying for a showdown. I doubt Jagdeep will let him have it. 2 flush draws on the board. And now Jagdeep is going to bet, essentially representing that he missed one of them. But mind you, Zarvan has 1 heart and 1 club. Does reduce the chance of a flush draw for Jagdeep, but he makes the call anyway. Oh my, a 3-1 chip lead already.
मूड नहीं हो रहा है जैक फोल्ड करने का.
बोर्ड भी खुल गया ऐसा. ड्रॉ सारे मिस हो गए. बोर्ड हो गया पेयर.
Well, Zarvan can of course smile and laugh about it.
कोई भी ड्रॉ खुलेगा मैं मैच नहीं
अरे कुछ सोच ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ बराबर सर. इतना ही मतलब वो बोरियत में खेल रहा हूँ. I don't feel like thinking only.
मैं भी क्या मन मार के आया हूँ वहाँ से.
Well, there might not be stakes for Zarvan, but there are plenty for Jagdeep. Let's see if that affects the rest of this match. Queen jack off for Jagdeep. Let's not forget Abhishek Goendy watching in the wings.
32.
Desperate for Jagdeep and Ashish to lose their matches so that he retains the second place chips. And Zarvan bumps up the action with Jack 8 suited. Jagdeep's hand is too strong to fold in heads up. He asks for a count. I don't see him coming back over the top, but he's more than capable. It would be the correct move. He just makes the call. If it comes a jack, it just might be over.
Don't let it end. I want to see these guys show us some things. I want to learn.
Well, no jack, so your wish has come true thus far. 1 club, but an ace on the board and the betting lead with the 3-bet pre-flop for Zarvan, so a C-bet here might just get it done. Jagdeep doesn't look like he's a believer. He just has queen high and he's reaching for chips. Does make the call. This is a pure float, and look at the stack to pot ratio, 1-1. Jagdeep has seen this and yet made the call with queen high. The correct one. 4 to a straight on the board now. Any 5 would make a straight. Neither player should have a 5-2 often, considering it went to 3-bet and a call pre-flop. And Zarvan checks. He could play exactly like this with an ace as well. He is just so tricky. Does Jagdeep now want to take a stab at it after floating? Jagdeep can credibly represent an ace himself. Decides not to. which means he's convinced he has the best hand. And now a heart pairs the front door flushes come in. One to one stack to pot ratio. If Zarvan decides to bluff, he could just go for all of it. Zarvan knows he's behind. Jagdeep called the flop. Puts in a time bank. Well, you did mention you wanted to see some moves, Addy. We're seeing it here.
He's elected for the biggest move of them all. All in for the lot. Jagdeep with the grimace. Lets it go.
टर्न पे बेट कर देना चाहिए था मुझे.
You can tell he's not convinced.
रिवर चेक कैसे नहीं किया तूने? रिवर चेक क्यों नहीं किया?
फ्लश था, क्या चेक करूँ?
फ्लश कैसे लग गया भाई? फ्लश थोड़ी लगेगा, कैसी बात है?
अरे
फ्लश ऐसे थोड़ी लगते हैं भाई.
देख ले भाई.
फ्लश ला, सही में फ्लश लग गया था तेरे.
ये भी बोल रहा.
Zarvan sticks to his story. Jagdeep not convinced, but that's classic Zarvan for you. Always consistent with his game plan. This man has bluffed, he's lied, he's had fun, and he's driven everyone a little bit crazy, much to his benefit and our entertainment, which is why we love him here at this circuit. His stack is now looking healthy and he can challenge Jagdeep for the rest.
I just want to enjoy my heads-up match. The pressure's on him. He has to win it, and he needs those points to come second. The pressure's not me. I'm just gonna have fun, and it's like in any other match. Maybe I'll be a little bit more careless, and that gives him an edge or an opportunity to like win it and come second. So let's see. I'm just gonna spew it. Spew.
Must be nice to have all the leaderboard points in the world. Helps him get one over Jagdeep.
टर्न पे तो छोड़ ही रहा है मेरे जैम पे. मतलब अगर फ्लश नहीं
छोड़ ही रहो यार. एक फ्लश ड्रॉ थोड़ी कॉल कर रहा हूँ.
फ्लश ड्रॉ है भी नहीं तेरे पास, वरना तो खुद ही बेट कर देता, खुद ही भर देता टर्न पे फ्लश ड्रॉ के साथ.
ठीक है भाई, अभी 3-6.
Zarvan sticking to his story and wakes up with ace king.
कितना बोला तू छोटा करने को? चल.
Casually tosses the chips in like it's just another random hand.
Chora.
Queen 10-9. Wet board, but heads up. Still worth the stab. He continuation bets.
Premium आ रहे यार.
Takes it down.
तो आया प्रीमियम.
लास्ट टाइम भी प्रीमियम था.
क्या था तेरे पास?
क्वीन जैक ऑफ हार्ट्स.
क्वीन जैक ऑफ हार्ट्स. शक्ल पे दिख रहा है, ऐसे लिप्स पे
अरे
दिख रहा
भाई
है.
जाके अभी जाके देख ले.
बेट.
क्या बेट?
बेट.
हाँ 50,000 की लग गई.
50,000 की.
डन. हाथ मिला दे चल.
Wait, what?
जैक ऑफ हार्ट्स है तेरे पास.
Oh, there we go.
मछली.
क्या कॉन्फिडेंस है भाई. आई एम इम्प्रेस्ड.
ऑफ कोर्स. कहाँ से निकालेगा तू हार्ट्स वहाँ पे भाई?
तू तेरे पास है.
मैं हार्ट्स फोल्ड भी नहीं करूँगा.
हार्ट्स तो ऑब्वियसली फोल्ड नहीं. मैं बोला वन ऑफ देम तेरे पास था क्या?
पेयर था बस, मतलब.
Now Jagdeep is lying.
था तो मेरे को टर्न पे ही बैट करना चाहिए था मैंने.
Oh, it is on.
अरे एस भी वैसे ही खेलता मैं. टर्न पे बैट नहीं करता एस अपना कभी तो.
I love that.
मैं तेरे को एस पे रखा नहीं एक्चुअली.
एस में फोल्ड कर भी नहीं रहा हूँ भाई.
यही तो बोल रहा हूँ. इसके लिए मैं जैम किया. मैं बोला मैक्स इसके पास ना कुछ छग्गिया सत्या ऐसा कुछ हैंड रहेगी.
Zarvan blundered his bluff right there. Jagdeep having that one card that gave away the whole story. Almost took advantage of it on the side bet as well.
What a player.
5 हैंड फोल्ड करता हूँ जब तेरी हीटर खत्म हो.
Reading me like a book, huh?
Mind you, when Zarvan got caught, he knew that Jagdeep would have had one of the cards.
Yeah, but he let it go till the last second.
On you, sir.
It's all a playground to these folks.
Inches from the handshake. Righto, let's get back to the action. Jagdeep has got king 3 here, deciding not to bump it up. Zarvan limping the suited queen as well. These are actually pretty strong holdings heads up. Surprised there was no pre-flop action, but that's the balance coming into play, I suppose.
2.
And now we have the King 7-7 2 hearts flop. Engineered for action. Begins with a bet from Jagdeep. Understandable with top pair. And Zarvan bumps it up in position. Semi-bluffing with the hard draw. This is pretty tense too. Should get chips into the middle, this kind of a board. Jagdeep is at least going to call. Top pair is very strong heads up. Flush draw on the board. Zarvan is trying to say he either has a bluff or a 7 with that raise. Jagdeep does come along. And it comes a queen. Nice card there for Zarvan to actually not feel the need to bluff anymore in position. Has plenty of showdown value. Could make one of those small bets on the turn. Trying to buy a cheap check on the river maybe. Just decides to check behind.
Boom!
Boom indeed. Zarvan.
What a beauty river.
Telling the truth.
This man is another level of amazing.
And Jagdeep, not a believer with the table talk, bets for what he thinks is value. And in comes the raise with the full house.
I hope he overbets it.
Oh, of course. After the table talk and raising on the river, you want to be able to represent a bluff. He makes it 10,000 to go.
जाना था जापान, पहुंच गए चीन. ऐसा सिनेरियो है.
Once again, the truth. Flush draw converted into a full house.
You call and it's over, baby.
Ooh. Quoting the line of legendary World Series winner Scotty Wynn.
Well, not to be pedantic, but if Jagdeep calls, it wouldn't be over, which might actually make him call.
And that's exactly what Zarvan wants you to think, Vidar. You're falling into his trap. And you can see the cards.
Jagdeep recounting the hand. Raised on the flop, checked on the turn, and a raise on the river. You do not see that very often unless your opponent has the absolute goods. This is heads up though. Anything is possible.
Zarvan now stone-faced after all the chat. Maybe not wanting to give Jagdeep any more information. Might have given him too much already. Jagdeep gets away from it.
2. 60 seconds you thought.
Back to even stacks.
Alright.
Oh, from Scotty Wynn to Matthew McConaughey. Zarvan Tamboli in the zone.
Showing the range.
Jagdeep, not a happy customer. Never easy after losing top pair and heads up. Now another premium for Zarvan on the button. And a premium for Jagdeep as well. Heads up, this is mighty strong. I don't see him letting Zarvan get away with a limp here. Does bump it up. And Zarvan could easily come back over the top, but they're plenty deep, almost 40 bigs. Zarvan decides to just call in position. Two clubs, not a third one, but that's plenty. Not flush draw for Jagdeep. He's still behind though, but look at the equity. Actually ahead in terms of all the cards he can hit to have the winner. We've run out of space up top, Addy. 22 outs.
Some of them are choppies.
In comes a continuation bet.
ऐसा ही bet कर रहा है. अपने पास भी ऐसा है. तेरे से better ऐसा है.
Nailed it. Zarvan knows where he's at. Does Jagdeep want to fire again?
28.
Apparently he does, unaffected that Zarvan nailed it.
ऐसा ही नहीं है. पैर है.
Wow, plenty of information given away with the live reads, but Zarvan still comes along. If it doesn't come a club, this could get pretty interesting. Well, never mind.
अब तो रुक जाएगा.
Unfortunately, Zarvan, I don't think so.
फेवरेट है ये अभी चेक करेगा.
He's trying everything, Addy. Begging for a check. He's singing.
All in.
Yeah, the song is not going to work. All in, says Jagdeep.
रिवर लगा दिया उसने. Yours. Nice hand. शर्म आ रही है हाथ दिखाने को.
Good reads, good counter reads.
Clear था क्या?
Not a bad singing voice. I enjoyed this hand.
Fold. He folded.
अभी क्यों लग रहा है रिवर यू गॉट देयर. रिवर्ट. एस एक्स ऑफ क्लब. हाँ.
Wow.
प्री फ्लॉप ही तुझसे बहुत आगे था मैं. हर स्ट्रीट पे आ गई था आई थिंक.
मैंने एस जैक कॉल किया.
एस जैक था.
सोच प्री फ्लॉप भी बड़ा पॉट हो जाता.
Well, Zarvan was just on point with his reads there. Called when he was ahead and folded when he was behind. That is a good hand of poker right there. An ace on the button now for Jagdeep. He has the chip lead after the pickup in the last hand. Always comfortable to open an ace on the button and heads up. Zarvan a bit animated, but he's going to look down at Jack 10 off and certainly come along.
How much?
This is basically a soft flip. Look at the equities. Jack 10 off not performing too badly against the ace-x, 46%. As we head to the flop, Jack right in the window. Ace of spades does work the backdoor nut flush draw, but not much else to write home about for Jagdeep. A quick check, and now the 9 open-ender as well for Zarvan, and he's checking again. That's a trap.
River, please.
Just baiting.
Yeah.
Baiting and waiting for Jagdeep to try something. And the king of diamonds overcard and the backdoor flush coming through doesn't slow Zarvan down. Jagdeep with just ace high.
Jack.
The cape comes on. The hero call is made, but bad news.
1000 तो बनते थे इसके साथ. 3 स्ट्रीट कैसे चेक होएगी इस हैंड के साथ.
1000 की
मोटा
1000 की पेमेंट बनती है, राइट?
बिल्कुल बनती है भाई.
Zarvan back in the chip lead. He's making it look easy out there. Now king on the button. Once again. Can open, can limp. Certainly can't fold. Decides to go with the limp. And Jagdeep will happily see the free flop with the 8 deuce off. Blinds are getting big now. 1,000, 1,500. We're getting into that all-in or fold territory soon. For now, the best hand in terms of the deuce in the flop and the 8 on the turn for Jagdeep. And the 2 checks get Zarvan to take a stab with the king high. Jagdeep just calls. All kinds of draws could be in his range still, considering the board texture. And another deuce means the full house, the bottom full house with the best kicker. Jagdeep looks like he wants to bet his own hand, doesn't want to check to Zarvan again. Yeah, and comes the bet. He can represent all kinds of missed draws. And he does get paid from the king high. Nicely played.
Back and forth we go, and once again at pretty much even stacks.
तू हीरो बनने के लिए. सिक्का फेंकूंगा.
दिया तो मौका.
तू बोलेगा जैक हाई, 10 हाई, गट्टी वट्टी.
पूरा मौका मिला हीरो बनने का. तूने स्नैप से फेंकी है हीरो बनने वाली.
तो उसके लिए ही.
उससे ज़्यादा क्या चाहिए मौका पता?
अरे बस जीतना चाहिए उसके बाद. हारने में मौका नहीं धोखा होता है. हाँ, हारने में धोखा होता है.
Zarvan has a line for everything. 15 years of being a live pro will do that to you.
ठीक है यार, एंड में सब फ्लिप पे ही बॉइल डाउन होने वाला है. अभी ये सब सस्ती मस्ती कर लेते हम लोग. हाँ
थोड़ा पोस्ट फ्लॉप.
पोस्ट फ्लॉप क्या खेलेगा तू भाई 2500 बिग ब्लाइंड पे अभी.
अब तो 20 हो गए हमारे. 20 है ना.
नो आई एम सेइंग नेक्स्ट 2500 जब होएंगे तभी तू क्या खेलेगा. अभी डाल देते हैं.
ये बात तो सही है भाई.
Zarvan in a hurry, but Jagdeep wants those extra 50 big blinds. He's going to give it his best.
Zarvan enjoying even the simple action of checking. He does it in a special way.
Here we go. King high. Rags versus rags. Who wants it more?
Classic heads up.
Jagdeep well ahead with the queen high. And I suspect he thinks it's likely that he is ahead. Does check behind. And now Zarvan will take a stab at the 10 high.
I'm glad someone did. After all that talk about wanting to play post flop and then checking it down, I was getting bored.
Jagdeep does call. That is why he checked on the flop, so that he could take at least one street of pressure. And now it comes to 3. We have seen Zarvan being unable to help himself. Thinking back to the first heads-up match with Abhishek Goendy, he triple barrel bluffed it off into a full house. Now he has 10 high against the next best hand, queen high. This just might work. He is eyeing Jagdeep. It's a time bank for now. And the timing here is a bit of a tell as well, but he's given up, he's checked it.
You're good.
And Jagdeep checks behind.
मारना चाहिए था.
कैसे कैसे मारेंगे.
बहुत मंद है यार. बोला जैक भी नहीं लग रहा
तो
है.
वो था बट तुझे पता है ऐसे अच्छे पानी थी.
बहुत. हाँ कॉल कर रहा था. Nice. Then I thank God I didn't. If you actually going to call.
No, with this hand probably not, but generally तुझे जब तू मार रहा था तब तुझे मन में पता था कि ऐसे चिपानी थी किंग और जैक दोनों के साथ.
वो तो ऑब्वियस है. जैक से तो कब से वो तो आनी थी. मैं वही सोच रहा था कि तेरे पास क्या मतलब गटीज डायमंड क्या क्या कॉम्बोज हो सकते हैं. मेरे पास तो कुछ नहीं था. एंड आई वाज ब्लॉकिंग वन कॉम्बो आल्सो यार. 10 और डायमंड मेरे पास था. तो छोड़ यार.
So apparently it would have worked against Jagdeep in that instance. But impressively, Zarvan finding a new gear and actually able to control himself. The man loves to keep firing.
You know what I'm going to say, right?
Wakes up with an ace on the button.
What am I going to say? No guess?
I'll answer for the dealer. All in. Suited queen for Jagdeep.
King X?
किंग एक्स तो मैं स्नैप कर देता यार. किंग एक्स ही तो नहीं है. कितना है? How much is it?
Under 10 big blinds, Jagdeep indeed would have snapped a king. Queen might be a bit too weak though.
Judging from Jagdeep's face, though, it's closer than us mortals imagine.
Yeah, from a theory perspective, there is an ante in play as well, so you can call off much, much wider.
Call.
He does make the call. Soft flip once again. Ace deuce, V queen 5 suited. This one could be over if Jagdeep can clip the 44%. It comes ace king 10 on the flop.
A club or a jack? 4 of clubs, yeah. मजा आएगा.
Let's go.
Both players rooting for a sweat, but the 10 of hearts means it's just a jack now. Five. Safe. Zarvan in a commanding 3-1 chip lead.
Well, this match has been fun so far. Zarvan has been trying all the tricks. Jagdeep has not given him much, but has bled out a little bit. But don't forget, we've got 2 more electrifying matchups in store for you. But for now, let's resume the action between these 2 giants of the game.
Well, Zarvan certainly wanting to look more like a giant, playing this one standing up. An ace on the button for Jagdeep. In goes the short stack surely.
All in.
And Zarvan will have to call pretty wide. He has a king. Good enough.
More than good enough for a blind call.
Disappointed though seeing the ace.
+1 +1.
GG bro.
दोनों तरफ.
GG says Zarvan.
Just tempting the fates
You know what to do, huh? I'm going.
and the dealer.
Well, he was a 2-1 underdog.
River, yeah.
गोइंडी वहाँ खुश हो रहा है
On the river.
Vamos.
Now Jagdeep, a 3-1 favorite. No help thus far.
How much?
Oh, he's gone from GG to how much?
Almost.
almost got there.
Well, all kinds of emotions there. Zarvan started off saying GG with the worst hand, then tried to use the how much will I need to prepay equity. None of it works out. Jagdeep very much back in the match.
Hey,
Well, we had the double up song in the shootout episode. We've had the please check on the river song this episode. Now we had the I just double you up song and the dance this time from Zarvan.
Well, I look forward to adding the Zarvan greatest hit collection to my Spotify playlist.
Now that's what I call poker, part 4.
5 more.
Might be the most millennial thing I've said. As we move on to the next one, Jagdeep limps jacket suited and Zarvan bumps up the stakes with the absolute rags. Look at this, he's put in almost a fourth of his stack with 6-3 off. And Jagdeep not going anywhere. Jacket suited will see the flop. 1 SPR already with these hands.
Flop? Don't know.
Well, truth once again from Zarvan. It comes King 9-4 actually favors Zarvan in his ability to take it down. He is the pre-flop aggressor. It's a king on the board. Jagdeep with the old nothing. We saw him float Queen Jack. Not this time. And shows it.
Nice hand.
Capable of all sorts. Jagdeep appreciated it, genuinely so. They're good friends as well.
No friends at the poker table though. Jagdeep trying to get the best of it, get those extra big blinds. Not sure 7-6 off will help the cause too much. He's down to just 4.5 bigs. Zarvan has found a limp with 5-3 off. Doesn't get jammed on. Theoretically, Jagdeep could have found the jam, but he thought Zarvan might be trapping. Comes 9-9-4.
Jagdeep will do well not to get too caught up in the Zarvan show as well. Those 50 big blinds are just within his grasp, but he needs to come back. And soon, because the blinds aren't slowing down.
Well, with this hand not making the cut, it's going to be all in or fold territory for him now. Zarvan seems in complete control at the moment. A king on the button, good enough. In it goes. Does Zarvan have something to call? A queen. We've seen this the entire circuit. These are hands that are actually theoretical calls, but Zarvan finds folds with them, thinking back to when he folded a king against Vinod's shove, and Vinod had aces then.
Again. Okay. Tight fold.
Let's it go.
Queen I fold.
Crazy.
Seriously.
Crazy fold.
Indeed.
Didn't feel it.
Zarvan's unique playing style, the book be damned, lets him get away from a spot where he would have been a heavy underdog.
Oh, ho, ho. Oh, ho.
Almost the nut low on the button. Not what you want to see. The blinds now 1,500, 3,000. We just heard them going up. And decides to min raise as a bluff, of course. And Jagdeep wakes up with the 8-5 off. Tough spot. Not much he can do, I suspect. Even peeling and seeing a flop seems way too loose. He's had to put in the blind and the ante. 6,000 already has bled from his stack, but he lets it go.
देख रहा है गोविंदी, तू देख रहा है कि नहीं भाई का प्ले लास्ट 4 हैंड में? देख रहा है कि नहीं तू?
Zarvan doing going to your favor.
कैप्टन इनिंग्स खेल रहा है तेरा भाई कैप्टन इनिंग्स
Can't say I disagree. Jagdeep suddenly not having as much fun anymore. Can't say I blame him either.
That's just his poker face, Vidar.
All in.
King on the button. Let's do it again. And Zarvan wakes up with an ace and makes the call. Will it be yet another circuit victory notch in Zarvan's belt, or will we be back to even
क्या
stacks?
लिखा था लास्ट टाइम हाँ नहीं गोएंडी वी अहेड सेम
Zarvan texting going in real time.
this time
Vamos.
no hold vamos no ये चलता है होएगा देख 7-7 आएगा
The texting is backfired.
बेचारा टर्न रिवर भी खोल रहे पूछ रहा है ओ क्वीन क्यों
9 outs for Zarvan. But it's a king.
Ace 4 suited
Right back in it. Dead even heat. What a roller coaster this match has been.
Zarvan with the little needle. And the roller coaster gets increasingly bumpy as the stacks get shallow.
10 big blinds apiece. Jagdeep's focus seems piercing. In it to win it. Anyone's game, to state the obvious. 6-4 off for Zarvan.
tilt call
He's been limping these kind of hands. Limps this one again, even though it's a decent chunk of change at this point to limp. And Jagdeep surely will appreciate the free flop with 7-3 off. 12,000 in the middle to fight for. And it comes 6-6-3. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is definitely danger. This is now just
GG.
destruction. GG.
Full house versus full house. Heads up. Not much either player can do apart from get it in. But let's see how they get it in. We'll have fun watching that. I mean, is there a world where Jagdeep gets away from it? It just seems so unlikely.
Yeah, I'd like to see if there's any Zarvan toying with his food lines coming up.
For now, he raises. He's doing the talking with his chips. Jagdeep bet 4,000. Zarvan raises to 9,000. In a full ring situation, you can put your opponent on a 6, maybe a 3 when they do this. But this is heads up and this is Zarvan and he's in position. He could have a wide range of hands. Jagdeep calls, of course. The 10 confirms the bad news for Jagdeep. Checkmark for Zarvan with the full house. Jagdeep with the lower full house. He might just bet it himself. 12,400. Pot is 30,000. We saw him do this when he had a full house with the deuce. Did not want Zarvan to check behind with the king. In comes the bet. Well, he saved some chips behind. Zarvan jams and Jagdeep calls and that's it.
6 is good. I have 3.
Go Indy! Woo! क्या करता है वो? Whatever. Oh, like this? Oh, sorry, okay. सुला दिया.
The cameraman telling Zarvan
GG, bro,
Goendi's favorite closing animation. What a track record here at the circuit.
An unstoppable force here at the circuit on his debut. Zarvan Tomboli with a near perfect record is going to be hard to beat. He goes into the final table locked at the top of the leaderboard. 350 big blinds in his arsenal. It's going to be one hell of an uphill journey to take this man down. He's been an absolute terror with the same starting stack as everyone else. Just imagine what he'll do with an extra 100 big blinds. Now it's time to find out who will be joining him on that final table. Will it be Vinod Megalmani or Laksh Pal Singh? Laksh, the defending champion, is currently sitting on 90 points. He's been playing well so far, but as we know, he has many skills up his sleeve. After shipping the last season, he is poised to make history again. Although standing in his way is Vinod Megalmani, the master himself, ready to strike at any moment. It's going to be an epic showdown between the defending champion and the master.
Yeah, like the dynamic is so crazy because Azhar got minus 20. So Azhar also has 95. And if Vinod loses the heads up, he's going to lose to Azhar because Azhar got a first place finish.
It's tough, because like he's such a strong player that it would be tough to, like get him to make mistakes.
I don't think I'm going to really have to adjust much or anything. I think I can just play my game. Also, these heads-ups are, very high variance. Like, if one guy outflops the other for like 10 hands in a row, you'll already see a shift in chip stacks. And it could get shallow pretty fast. So I think it's just going to come down to like a flip or a cooler. And let's just hope I'm on the right end of it.
It's 1-on-1. The winner goes on to the finale. The stakes at the circuit could not be higher. It's time for heads up.
Vinod and Laksh have found themselves on our 7-max tables in the past, but they've never battled heads up. Vinod has had some experience this circuit, going heads up with Ashish for the PLO title. Now needs to find the Hold'em heads up gear and make his way into the finale. The champion from Season 1, meanwhile, Laksh Pal Singh, needs to win this match to secure a chance to defend his title. It's all to play for as we kick off heads up. The suited Doyle Brunson, 10 deuce on the button, getting raised up, and Vinod with the relative premium, Queen Jack suited, decides not to 3-bet, just makes the call as we head to a flop. It's a paired board, 7-6-6.
Check.
Both players whiff, Queen Jack way ahead. Some backdoor equity in the form of the 1 diamond as well, but not much else.
9.
And Laksh continuation bets.
900.
Believe it or not, Vinod's hand is too strong to give up just yet. You can see why. Laksh's range is so wide here on the button. But he does let it go.
You wanted to, and you stopped yourself.
I wanted to call, I wanted to raise.
Then you folded. What a guy.
Well, isn't that heads up in a nutshell? All options on the table.
Victor with chips and all.
Uncharted territory.
Notice Laksh has donned his Season 1 champion hoodie as well for added intimidation, perhaps.
Vinod looking to make his first ever circuit finale. He's so close. The fact that if he loses this match, he would be tied for points with Azhar, thanks to Azhar's blow up in the shootout, and yet Azhar is the one who would make it to the finale thanks to shipping an event, is just extra motivation for Vinod to somehow find a victory here. One way or the other, a dream is going to be crushed at this heads-up match. It comes a 7 on the turn after going check-check on the flop. Full house for Vinod. And Laksh has the perfect hand to pay off at least one street. Ace high is going to be the best hand very often on a board like this. Mind you, a king is an out as well. Would give him quads with an ace, but it comes a 9. Checkmark for Vinod. Easy value bet. The only question is Laksh in the mood to pay it off with ace high?
Wouldn't blame him.
Small sizing as well. You need to call 1,000. The pot is 4,000. Just need to be right 20% of the time. I don't see Laksh getting away from this. Pot odds are too good.
7.
Does make the call.
Jack high.
Ace hand.
Trappy trap us in.
I have to say, Addy, with everything at stake, these two seem relatively relaxed. The banter is lighthearted and fun.
They are very good friends off the table. Spent a lot of time with each other, studying, playing, traveling. Not the first time they've been in this spot, but perhaps the first time it's been this serious. Remember, reputations, not just money, are on the line right now.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. For Vinod, it's a chance to show that he has what it takes. For Laksh, it's about establishing that his victory in Season 1 was no fluke. Did give himself a shot at the finale by coming in third in the shootout. Now needs to find the win. 6-4 suited might help the cause. It's the hand that you certainly want to play heads up, but he is dominated. Not just in the form of the ace-4, but the ace is the club's variety as well. But he does flop best. Domination rotation, as they say.
Check.
Comfortable middle pair. Usually the best hand heads up. And when the top card pairs up, likely the best hand heads up. Should start betting this for value.
27.
In it comes, over 50%.
Fairly similar situation to the last hand that they played. Give Vinod takes similar action.
Ace high is just going to be good too often on a paired board like this. I would be so surprised to see a fold here. Yeah, can't blame him. Picks up the calling chips. Vinod needs a scary river to find the fold. But this is the opposite. He clips a pair. Laksh now once again has to decide whether he wants to value bet middle pair. The way the action is gone, I don't see why not. Doesn't have the best kicker, of course. He's actually sharing the kicker as the 4 on the board. But it seems unlikely Vinod has a 6, the way the action went on the turn. Yeah, that's a value bet. And now Vinod has a pair of 4s, has the best kicker, 2 pair on the board, as well as the ace. Has 9s and 4s with an ace. But his hand really didn't change too much. It's basically like having ace high. After all, Laksh would not be value betting a deuce too often. Does he put Laksh on a bluff? Good luck getting a read of that. Time bank thrown in by Vinod. Not an easy decision, can't blame him.
Yeah, no obvious hands here.
So many missed draws that Laksh might play the same way. Straight draws, flush draws. Poker is hard sometimes. He's paid it off. Laksh scoops in a decent size spot. Comfortable chip lead now. With the stakes being this high, every chip lost must really hurt. Vinod needs to recenter himself. We're still plenty deep.
Well, this match has certainly started off on a lot more somber note as opposed to our previous pair, who were all fun and games. Well, at least Zarvan was.
Yeah, whole different ball game here. Don't forget the backgrounds of these players as well. Laksh, an accomplished MTT pro, online mainly. Of course, did ship his first ever live title with the circuit. Vinod, meanwhile, transitioned to PLO cash games, but he's had his share of MTT success, which automatically means you're used to closing heads up. But we have a situation brewing here. Pocket 8s for Laksh Pal Singh and pocket 7s for Vinod. And he's jammed it, can't blame him. Instant call from the better pair.
Brutal cooler for Vinod right there when he needed it the most. But the old saying says it always comes 7. He needs that to be true today, right here, right now. 2 cards to come, or his circuit life is done. Jack of spades changes nothing. He needs to catch one of those two remaining sevens, otherwise it's over, and that is over right there. Three of diamonds, brick. Vinod Megalmani eliminated from the circuit. And there you have it. Laksh Pal Singh once again finds himself in the finale of the circuit. Can he go back to back? That's what'll be going through his mind. It's not been an easy journey for him this time, but as always, he's dug deep, stuck to his knowledge, his experience, and his guns. Massive respect for Vinod Megalmani though. He had something to prove this time round. The master showing us why he has that title, putting on quite a show, fighting as hard as he could, and it took a cooler to knock him out, and sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Laksh Pal Singh, what a player. Takes down his match, makes it into the top 7. Vinod, despite being on equal points with Azhar, is going to be eliminated at this point, as Azhar did ship a previous event, so he is through. Next up, Rubin versus Ashish. I told you it was going to be exciting.
I have everything to play for, and Rubin has nothing to play for. So it's completely important for me. Even if Rubin wins this one, he gets nothing out of it. But if I win, I'll definitely surpass Goindi. So it's very crucial for me to finish second in the leaderboard.
I have not played too much with Ashish. I played a lot with him online. Last circuit, I think I played one table with him. It was a PLO table, I remember. So I don't have too much information on him. I have information on his online game, of course. But live is a very different game, you know. I think a lot of good online regs cannot compete well in live. They just have like tells and stuff. And it's just lack of experience, you know. It's very, very understandable.
So Ashish's plan is clear. Get through Rubin Labru and get those 50 big blinds. Rubin doesn't have anything to play for, but that is his happy place. The master of the dark arts now has free reign to mess around with his opponent. Will Rocky crack under pressure, or will Rubin come through? It's time for Heads Up.
So here we are, the final heads-up match. Should be a fun one also, with these two having such varied playing styles. Ashish Ahuja, the theoretical beast, and Rubin Labru, the absolute wild card, especially in Season 2 of the circuit, wakes up with pocket kings to get things going.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Labru. Well, Ashish Ahuja has also picked up a decent hand. Could it be fireworks right off the bat here?
And he's 3-betted into the Cowboys. Rubin is not even believing his good fortune here. This is what happens when you have the reputation that Mr. Labru does of playing super wide. People play back at you. Blinds are 100, 200 with a 30k starting stack, mind you, so well over 130 big blinds deep. Rubin decides to 4-bet it, and Ashish lets it go. What a journey Ashish has had, mind you. I believe he was all in for his circuit life in the PLO event, which he went on to ship. And here he is, trying to get second place on top of the leaderboard, heading into the finale. Decent holding once again for Rubin, mind you. 8-7 suited. Not quite pocket kings, but very comfortable. Heads up. No 3-bet this time. Jack 5. Diamonds also. Diamonds could be trouble. There's one of them, but no more. Queen 10 deuce. Both players have whiffed. All kinds of backdoors for Rocky. Not much for Rubin. 8 high. I suspect it might just make him take a stab.
You suspect correctly, sir. There you have it. There's the continuation bet from Rubin.
Min bet. One big.
Oh, and Ashish is having none of it. That's raising chips right there. Spikes it up to 1,300.
This is what Heads Up is all about. Air versus air, battling it out. The way Ashish plays, he saw that he had just enough backdoor equity, turns his hand into a bluff and takes it down.
Bluffing with the best hand, Mr. Ahuja. Little did you know.
कितने देर था वो चेन में
मैं था वो एक हफ्ता 8 दिन शायद. मैं एक्चुअली एक बीच सिटी गया था. मोइने करके जगह है एक बीच सिटी. वही नाइस ब्रो. रिजॉर्ट था बहुत कमाल का. वहाँ रुका.
काफ़ी घुमा वियतनाम में.
हाँ अब तो
मेनली उस साइड
नहीं होचिमिन तो उसके आसपास गया था. फिर पिछली बार
डनांग गया हुआ तू?
डनांग 2-3 बार गया हूँ. फुकॉक गया हूँ. फिर वहाँ हिल्स है. एक केव सिस्टम है ब्रो इधर बहुत तगड़ा. 3000 केव्स है एक जगह पे. 3000 cave system or something. उधर गया था मैं.
Rubin, very well traveled in Vietnam. Has a lot of friends here as well. Hit him up in case you want to know what to do in Vietnam. I certainly plan to. This beautiful country has a lot to offer. Back to the action. In the meanwhile, Ashish now on the button, raising with Queen 10 off. And King 3 of diamonds for Rubin. That's a strong hand, heads up. And those are orange chips worth 1,000 apiece. 3-bet to 4,100. You do see these kind of hands being 3-bet more and more often. King little, ace little, especially suited. You get a lot of board coverage. If it comes high, you have a little something. If it comes low, the same. Rocky comes along. Queen 10 off. In position. Comes 9-7-5. It does come low, but no connection. After you 3-bet, you certainly can continuation bet on boards like this. It is what you would do if you were 3-betting your overpairs. That's the story Rubin is telling now. 45. And Ashish has no option but to wave the white flag. Making it look easy out there. Back to even stacks for Rubin. Tough to say who has the advantage here. You can see Rubin playing his heart out despite not having any stakes in this match, but clearly winning against Rocky is stakes enough.
The stakes for Rubin is blood. That's what he likes to play for. Man after my own heart.
16.
King 8 suited opened. 10-7 off, the Daniel Negreanu hand. Good fold. It is a min open though. Getting odds in the big blind. You do want to be defending pretty wide. Rocky knows it all and instead decides to 3-bet it. This is a 3-bet bluff, heads up. Turning 10 high into a bluff.
And this is classic Ashish Ahuja. Identifying his opponent, adapting accordingly, and then doing some naughty things. Usually with a smile on his face, this time a little more serious.
Rubin comes along with the King 8 suited. Plenty of hand to call a 3-bet.
In position. Can't blame him. Would be rather upset if he folded as well. He has a reputation to live up to after all.
Ace-Jack 7 rainbow is the board. Rocky actually flops best. Not to mention with the ace on the board and the 3-bet pre-flop. He can start telling some stories. Decides to continuation bet. He's actually not taking into account the fact that he flopped a pair. This is broadly a bluff. Would love for the hand to be over now. But will Rubin Labru oblige? Ordinarily, that would count as a live tell. But he actually makes a bit of a face and then just calls. He's going to be super balanced, I suspect, with the faces. And now it comes to 4. Ashish cannot be comfortable in this hand. Rubin could easily have an ace. But he's firing anyway, it seems. This is a double barrel. Once again, bluffing with the best hand.
Absolutely fearless.
And Rubin can't stand the heat. Rocky will stack up his newly accumulated chips. Now has a slight chip lead. Can see that he's fully focused.
अब मैं जीत रहा हूँ भाई.
Ashish, your lucky dealer?
Lucky dealer.
Oh, well, he is one hell of a guy. He just plays super aggressively and he's a fun guy. He has his own style of play and he doesn't care much. He's happy-go-lucky guy and he'll put you in a tough spot always.
Certainly, plenty of people have been on the receiving end of Rubin's tough spots over the course of this season. Let's see what he has up his sleeve for this heads-up match. 7-5 suited. The old suited baby one-gapper, as we call them. Limps on the button. And Rocky decides to check his option. Comes 9-3-5 on the flop. Worst case scenario for Rubin. Top pair versus middle pair, and the kicker would give both 2 pairs. Tough spot, only 10% equity. And an undercard to the 5 certainly will not help the case in terms of Rubin being able to find his way out of this hand. The bet size just got bumped up, 3,000 to call. And Rubin does make the call. We've been seeing top pair versus middle pair play out in these heads-up matches. Tough to get away.
5.
But with the queen of spades, Rocky checks, as does Rubin.
Oh, dead tha bhai na.
5-7 ही था.
Nice unsuited.
Rubin rather relieved to see he didn't improve, because it would have been the exact opposite. And on we go. Unfazed, as always.
This has been a classic heads-up match thus far. Lots of air versus air battles, lots of 3-betting light, and then of course the old middle pair versus top pair situation. Now Rocky begins with a limp, queen high. When you limp pre-flop and heads up, usually signifies you're comfortable playing post-flop. Both of these opponents are. A quick bet and a call on the Jack-9-8 board pair and a straight draw for Rubin. Rocky is bluffing with a gut shot. Now catches a pair of 6s. And checks behind on the turn. Prick on the river. Rubin value bets. Second pair, usually pretty comfortable value bet heads up. He's gone 2,000 into 5,000. Ashish needs to decide if the pair of 6s could be good. Certainly Rubin might play this way with, say, just a 10 without the 9. Looks like he's reaching for chips. But these aren't calling chips. He's raised it on the river after checking behind on the turn. That's quite a story to sell.
Jack 4 hai kya?
Well, that is another story that Rubin is suspicious of.
Yeah, it's the check on the turn confusing him, but he does make the call. With just middle pair, calls off a raise on the river and is rewarded for it. Made it look easy too. Had the 10 blocker, but not much else. I do find that players who are capable of making wild moves give their opponents credit for wild moves as well. Turns out, you can't just wildcard a wildcard.
People don't want Ashish to have a lot of chips, which makes sense. Even I don't want him to have a lot of chips, even though it doesn't affect me. I can just like slack off and not play my best, but it matters a lot. First of all, I'm competitive, so I'm not going to let that slide. And then secondly, him having chips will be a big problem for me because he has live experience, as I said before. And with the stack, he can put a lot of pressure. He understands ICM very well. He understands when to apply pressure. So you don't want to give such a person a lot of chips.
So perhaps we were being a little bit unfair to Rubin earlier with all the talk of wildness. Indeed, a sound strategy, respecting Rocky's potential with extra chips in the finale, deciding not to give him that advantage to make it more difficult for himself.
How cool is that? The layer of strategy these guys are working with as they prepare for the finale. includes who they want to have extra big blinds.
All in.
Now Rocky wakes up with Jack 10 off, says all in, and Rubin wakes up with Ace Queen suited. Easy call.
At least crush नहीं हो ठीक है लाइव पत्ते तो जिंदा है वो ठीक है वो चलेगा
दे दो इक्का फ्लॉप पे खत्म करो बात
2 live ones for Ashish to end it all.
60-40 तो है ठीक है
60-40 तो बहुत है
चलेगा यही एज जाके दिखा रहा हूँ एज क्वीन में खुश तो मेरा दोनों पत्ते लगे
40% बहुत होता है
ठीक है
As we see the 8-3 deuce, clean flop for Rubin.
Diamond? 9 or diamond?
तो मैंने डाउन ले लिया
हाँ सही है काफी फिर भी बढ़िया तेरे लिए
Rubin willing the back door to open.
No sweat though. Just a 10 or a jack. And it's clean. Full double for Rubin. Massive chip lead. Not what Rocky wanted to see, to state the obvious, but once again, Abhishek Goindi in the wings, celebrating that all in. If Ashish doesn't manage to secure the win, Abhishek will now finally have locked up the extra 50 big blinds at the finale.
Thank you.
And what do you make of Rubin wanting Goindi to have the chips versus Ashish, Addy?
I'd never considered that. I was just thinking about how Abhishek should be taking Rubin and Zarvan out for drinks. But now that you've said that,
Maybe some undertone there, but the match is far from over. We saw some comebacks from Zarvan when he was crippled in stack. Time to see if Ashish can pull it off.
All in.
All in, he says, with just about 5 bigs at the 1,000-2,000 level, and Rubin has a pair. Heavy favorite to now end it all. Sixes versus Ace-4 suited, 34% equity for Ashish. Otherwise, Rubin will have won the heads up, and Abhishek Goindi will be a lock for second place.
Off डाल देता तो at least.
कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता bro.
An ace and a 6 though. This is likely just over. 9% equity, some backdoors needed.
सत्ती 7 of hearts वो card है.
Oh, there is a 7. Backdoors live. 8 outs now.
be careful what you wish for.
No dice. Full house for Rubin Labru. And that's that. Our third heads-up match is over. Ashish Ahuja could not get the job done. Rubin Labru gets the extra 40 points, but both of these players will see each other in the finale.
So here we are. The final 7 is set. Let's take a look at that leaderboard one more time. Zarvan, the man who cannot lose, 315 points, miles ahead of anyone else. Goindi, second place, 170 points. Jagdeep, 160. Ashish, 140. Rubin, 140. Laksh sneaks in there with 120 points after his win. And of course, Azhar, thanks to his previous performance, locks in 95 points and the final spot for the finale. Vinod, Pavan, Jasvin, Chirag, Gaurav Sood, Pratibha Arya, Navkiran Singh. They are all eliminated, and now it's time for them to head to the Players' Lounge and join the rest of us to see who wins the circuit. We started with 14 players. We are now down to just 7. 7 of India's finest poker players who have competed over multiple formats of this game. We had champions for the Bounty, the PLO, the Shootout, and of course Heads Up. All roads have led us to this moment. One final table to decide who will be India's top poker player. Who will be the champion of the circuit season 2?
It's always fun because we're all such close friends and competitors, and it's very healthy rivalry. And it's like a little family moving around and competing.
Starting with a -10, then going into a PLO game, which I have no idea what I'm doing in. And yeah, now I've made it, so it's just pretty crazy. It's been a wild ride. It's been like a roller coaster, to be honest.
I believe in my game, and I'll make the most of what I have.
I think I'm going to do well this time. I'm pretty confident. I feel like I'm going to win it.
whenever I'm headed into such a spot like this, be it a finale, be it a final table, I really back myself on my aggression. For me, it is about getting that little advantage. Once I get that slight advantage over my opponents in number of chips, I know how to aggressively pile it on.
There are some which are like sickos, and then there are some who are not mainly tournament players. Again, Jagdeep is a really competitive guy, and he knows what he's doing.
I am hoping to play some like deep stack hands before it gets too shallow and get a stack.
Last battle indeed. I mean, there have been a lot of battles this past few days, and yeah, I'm really excited here at the finale, back to back, and I'm ready to defend my title and be the back-to-back winner of the circuit.